Good morning. So today we'll have our third meeting for the House Standing Committee on Agriculture. We'll just start with the roll call and get that under our belt.
Representative Callaway,
Here in person.
Representative Dixon,
Here in person.
Representative Dawson, Representative Pfister,
Present in the room.
Representative Flood.
Present, home office, dealing with a plumbing issue. Thank you. Making progress, a plumber is on site.
Excellent, excellent.
Representative Graham. Here in the room. Representative Imes.
Here in the room.
Representative Kim King.
Present in the room.
Representative Cook. Here in the room. Representative Kulkarni.
So sorry, present in the room.
Representative McPherson.
Present in the room.
Representative Pollock.
Here in the room.
Representative Pratt.
Here in the room.
Representative Rayburn. Representative Raymond.
Here in the room.
Representative Reed.
Here in the room.
Representative Stevenson. Here. Representative Tate.
Here in the room.
Representative Thomas.
Present in the room.
Representative Tipton.
Present in the room.
Representative Hart.
Present in the room.
And Chairman Heath.
Present.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum, so we're ready to start business. Well, does anybody have guests they want to introduce before we get started? I'll just recognize our corn grower lady, Laura Noth. Good to have you here today. And Nikki with Cattleman's. Glad to have you. I'm missing anybody. I think the rest of you are regulars. So, all right, we'll start with House Bill 496 and invite Speaker Osborne to the table and any guests you might have. I don't think you need an introduction, but if you want to introduce yourself into the mic for the record, that would be fine.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm David Osborne. Appreciate the opportunity to be with you this morning. I was a member of this committee for 12 years, and it's good to be back in front of this committee.
Good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. Also joined by Representative Cook, who is the primary co-sponsor on this piece of legislation.
Good morning.
I will be as brief on this piece of legislation as you will allow me to be, but I also want to be as detailed as you need me to be. This is an industry issue impacting only the horse industry, only the thoroughbred horse industry, and particularly only Kentucky's thoroughbred horse industry. By way of explanation, every official breed has a registry, whether it be the American Angus Association, the American Holstein Association. The registry for thoroughbred horses in North America is the Jockey Club, and more explicitly, the Jockey Club of New York. And the Jockey Club of New York is a private entity that manages the stud book for thoroughbred horses in North America. There are about 70 stud books around the world that each manage their own individual territories, and they all do a very ministerial job, and they do it well. They do an excellent job of keeping the records of the American thoroughbred. Recently, the Jockey Club has engaged more on the policy level than I particularly think is appropriate for the registry. It would be akin to Laura Noth engaging in limiting the amount of corn that we grow. And I love Laura. I'm glad to see her, but I don't think that it's in anybody's interest for a trade association to engage in either the making of laws, which is a legislative function, or the regulation of an industry, which is a regulatory function that would be done by the Kentucky Racing Authority. But specifically, the Jockey Club, in a rule that was sent down back in 2020, has limited the number of mares that any one stallion is able to cover. And by way of explanation, the thoroughbred, unlike most horse breeds, relies on live cover, meaning the mare and the stallion have to be in the same place. It has to be a natural breeding. There is no artificial insemination. There is no embryo transfer. So it's a self-limiting act in and of itself. It is limited by a stallion's health, a stallion's fertility, a stallion's durability, a mare's fertility, and also by business practice. There are a number of people that self-limit the number of horses, the number of mares that their stallions can cover. And interestingly, this only affects, there are 1,016 horses that stood stud in the United States in 2021, thoroughbred horses. And this rule only affects 45 horses in the entire world. Those 45 horses happen to be each domiciled in the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Now, you think 45 out of 1,016, that's a very minuscule number. More dramatically, there are 200 horses, 200 thoroughbred stallions that stand in the state of Kentucky. So now we're talking about 22.5% of the stallions standing in the Commonwealth of Kentucky in 2021 would have been affected by this rule. Those 45 stallions would have a collective revenue loss of $89 million under this rule. That's not total revenue loss, that's cumulative revenue loss to individual business plans under this rule in 2021, had this rule been in effect. So this rule, or this bill, simply subscribes that the Kentucky Racing Commission shall select a stud book. Again, there are 70 stud books worldwide. Shall select a stud book that does not limit the number of mares that are covered. And that's all it does. It does not say that it can't be the Jockey Club. If the Jockey Club wants to lift this rule, then certainly they could continue to be the keeper of the stud book of the or the Kentucky Thoroughbred. But absent that, then this bill will direct the Kentucky Racing Commission to select a stud book, either an existing one or a new one to be created, that will not limit those covers. With that, I'll turn it over to Matt for a few comments.
I'd just like to say that I don't think there's anything more American than fair and free trade. I don't think there's anything more horse racing than competition. This is a good bill, and I fully support it. Thank you.
Motion on the bill.
We have a motion and a second on the bill, and Representative Galloway has a question or comment. Oh, I'm sorry.
Making a motion.
So he was making a motion. Anyone have a question or comment? I appreciate the explanation. I don't come from the horse world, so I didn't have a clue what the background of this was and what its purpose was, so I have a better understanding of it now. We appreciate that. If there's no questions or comments, we'll take the roll.
Representative Callaway,
Yes.
Representative Dixon,
Yes.
Representative Dossett,
Yes.
Representative Pfister,
Yes.
Representative Flood, Representative Graham, Representative Hart,
Yes.
Representative Imes,
Yes.
Representative Kim King,
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Cook,
Yes.
Representative Kulkarni,
Yes.
Representative McPherson,
Yes.
Representative Pollock,
Yes.
Representative Pratt,
Yes.
Representative Rayburn, Representative Raymond,
Yes.
Representative Reed,
Yes.
Representative Stevenson,
Yes.
Representative Tate, Representative Thomas,
Aye.
Representative Tipton,
Yes.
and Chairman Heath.
Yes. Bill passes with favorable expression.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.
Thank you. We'll now move on to House Bill 451. Representative Pfister, and I think he has some guests from Kentucky Department of Agriculture that's going to join him at the table. So we got a table full and backup if we need it. So Representative Pfister, if you'll introduce yourself for the record and your guests, and then floor is yours.
Representative Dan Pfister from the 56th District.
Jason Glass, Director of Division of Regulation and Inspection with the Kentucky Department of Agriculture.
Dana Feldman, Executive Director of Office for Consumer and Environmental Protection with the Department of Agriculture.
Okay. Mr. Chairman and members of the committee, this bill amends KRS 363-900 to change the definition of ASTM International, diesel, retail facility, define gasoline oxygenate blend, amend KRS 363-902 to specify inspection and testing program for motor fuels intended for sale from a retail facility. Amend KRS 363-904 to specify vapor pressure limits for gasoline oxygenate blends. Permit the department to designate test or specification when no ASTM International standard exists. Require all shipments of motor fuel to meet standards and specifications required in administrative regulations. Amend KRS 363-906 to require a license to operate retail motor fuel facility. Increase the license fee to $75 per retail facility. Set the annual license expiration on January 31st of the following calendar year.
We have a motion and a second on the bill. Are there any questions or comments? Representative, I just lost your name.
Kulkarni.
Kulkarni, sorry.
I was almost not present, so. I just had a quick question. So a retail fuel facility would be what? Can you give me an example?
Yeah, pretty much anybody who retails gasoline to the consumer, the end user, the consumer, that's not for fleet use or price contract sales only.
Okay, so any gas station.
Any
that
gas
we would know
station.
of. And has there been any consultation or any objection from those retailers to this bill or any issues with that?
We worked with most of the trade organizations, all that I'm aware of, to vet this bill and make this as palatable as possible. If you noticed, it is a 2-year phase-in for that fee.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, we'll call the roll.
Representative Callaway,
Yes.
Representative Dixon,
Yes.
Representative Dossett,
Yes.
Representative Pfister,
Yes.
Representative Graham, Representative Hart,
Yes.
Representative Imes,
Yes.
Representative Kim King,
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Cook,
Yes.
Representative Kulkarni.
I'm a pass for today. I just had a couple more questions, nothing about the presentation or the bill itself. Thank you.
Representative McPherson,
Yes.
Representative Pollock,
Yes.
Representative Pratt,
Yes.
Representative Rayburn, Representative Raymond,
Yes.
Representative Reed,
Yes.
Representative Stevenson,
I'm a pass.
Representative Tate, Representative Thomas,
Aye.
Representative Tipton,
Yes.
and Chairman Heath.
Yes. Bill passes with favorable expression. Congratulations.
Motion on the title amendment.
Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. We have a second. Second. Motion and second for a title amendment. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. So that motion carries also. Thank you.
Thank you.
You'll notice on your agenda we have a couple of resolutions, and Representative Reed is just going to handle those from where he's at, and we'll take those one at a time. So we'll take up House Resolution 21.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. House Resolution 21 is our annual recognition of National Farmers Day on October 12th, 2022. I move for passage.
Motion. Or second.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, nay. That one passes, and I think it's neat that that one is being brought to us on the opening day of the National Farm Machinery Show in Louisville. So we're thinking voice vote's okay with that one. All right. So we'll take up House Resolution 22. Representative Reed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Last week, the Soybean Association was here last week, and they was able to feed us quite well. I think many in this room went down there, and that's one of my favorite lunches of the whole session. I actually schedule it in my schedule to make sure we're down there, but I think we all enjoyed their presence with us, and we appreciate what they bring to the table and what they do for us in Commonwealth of Kentucky. So House Resolution 22 recognizes April 2022 as National Soybean Month. I move for passage.
A motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed, nay. And that resolution passes with favorable expression also. And speaking of the National Farm Machinery Show, hopefully everyone received an invitation for a reception tonight. This is an annual event, and then the reception will be there at Freedom Hall at 6 o'clock. And after the reception, you can hang around for the tractor pull. They have extra tickets, and you can smell the dirt and the diesel fuel and enjoy the evening. Is there any other business? I see none. This meeting is adjourned.